What is going on, y'all? Redneck announcer, Jake Reeves, back for another episode. DBD door banging download, coming right at you. Good evening, folks. I am the Redneck announcer, Jake Reeves.
Here comes the Redneck announcer from Rome, Georgia. Where has he been all night?
I'm a blessed man. I really am. I am absolutely blessed.
Oh, these old boys are getting after it.
We got beef right here.
Folks, welcome to the Madhouse. This is the door banging down. 7 minutes from 8:30 Eastern Time, Tuesday night, not 2 for King of Daytona. Qualifying races getting ready to get kicked off at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, live and only on the NASRA 360 Racing Network. You are live. We are live here on Redneck Announcer Productions. Obviously, Redneck Announcer Jake Reeves here. If you didn't think that I was going to be the host, you are a dumbass. You ought to know exactly who the hell runs this show. Getting ready, getting everything lined up. Heard about last night. Last night was, from what I understand, some pretty cool racing. Some pretty good stuff going on. Got somebody I was going to talk to real quick. We got him in here. One of the race directors, I think, not 100%, but I believe he is one of the race directors that's going to be going on here tonight. Joshua Suss, obviously he drives the 80. He's the copper that we talk about all the time. And you know, real quick, you know, this is pre-race, and obviously we will have a radio broadcast for the qualifiers to follow with qualifier 3, 4, and 5, and so on, all the way out through the week and all the way into the NASRA 500. We got the okay. Thank you very much. Real quick, to Bray LaBeouf and Cody Nod, everybody over at NASRA, for allowing me to do this, you know, for the pre-race, and also, you know, just for everything else, you know, I mean, to be able to do it for the races, and obviously with the NASRA 500, try to help this channel grow just a little bit. But Josh, buddy, we're getting ready. We're getting ready to do a little racing here tonight in Daytona, buddy. How are you?
Pretty good. Excited for some night racing. It's always great at a super speedway. For way better than daytime.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you know, and obviously, you know, like I said, you know, we still got around 30 minutes before we actually get started, so the pre-race is not going to be that big. And if anybody wants to jump in here in this Discord, I have no idea how the hell that's going to end up. But you know, obviously. Obviously, if any of you don't know, if you've listened to my podcast that I have on Spotify and Apple, you know that is unfiltered and uncensored. We're going to push the boundaries. I don't know what the fuck you can get, you know, through with YouTube, but we're going to find out tonight, probably after this video. And if they take it down within the next 10 minutes, then we know that everything, Josh, that I was planning on doing with this channel is fucked. So, so at least we're trying to make an attempt on this. But Josh, anyway, so, you know, getting ready, obviously, Nash 500, King of Daytona, all that cool stuff. You are one of the race directors tonight, correct?
Tonight, no. Tonight I'm actually racing.
You are racing. Which one are you in?
Yeah. I'm in 4, 5, and 6 if I need them.
4, 5,
normally I
and
pick
6.
one night to try to make the event, and if I don't make it, then I go hide in race control.
So if you don't make it, you just say, hell with it, I'm done. I ain't playing with that shit. We're done. It is what it's over. I mean, it's over. It's whatever. You know, it is what it is. And I don't blame you to a certain extent, unless you got a shitload of cash and you're just ready to just dump it all out there and try to go for. I mean, think about it. I mean, you know, the NASRA 500, the King of Daytona, or what was the Great American Sim Race last year, certainly. I mean, hell, I mean, it raked in like what, 10 grand in, you know, in winnings all the way around.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, those buy-ins and everything, I mean, it's kind of got to be a bitch a little bit, you know, and you know, I can kind of see that a little bit. So,
I honestly think it's more nerve-wracking in race control than it is on the track.
Why is that? I gotta ask. I gotta ask because obviously you know me. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna say what I gotta say. But race control. eh, When I raced with NASRA, I always had beef with race control. I always was a little bit pissed off at race control. They always seemed like they always done me wrong. Yes, TJ Moore, I'm talking about you. Um, yeah, but I mean, yeah, but why? I mean, why do you think race control is that particular instance to where you sit there and you're like, oh shit, I don't know if I really want to do this.
Mainly because guys don't. They'll start screaming and yelling at you before they ever even go look at a replay to go, oh, yeah, I did do that. And I don't know. In my perspective, being a cop, I would much rather not get yelled at on my days off when I'm always getting yelled at on my days on.
Well, I mean, but you just said it, but you're used to it. You're used to getting yelled at,
Yeah.
so you would think that you really wouldn't give a shit. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, and it normally doesn't go over well with the guys either when I have like a zero tolerance for bullshit. So then they get even more angry. And I'm like, look, I don't care. You tried to fit a Prius through a garden hose. That's on you. And they're like, no, why?
No, what you tell them is you tell them quit being pansies, quit your bitching, and go over here and stop. I mean, that's how you fix that problem. Look, y'all are the race directors. Now, since I have quit racing, since I've got out of sim racing and I've got into this broadcasting deal and this content creating deal and all this good stuff, since I've got into this stuff, I have a whole lot of more respect for you guys than I had in the past. Now, I mean, nothing against you. You never fucked me over, as far as I know. If you did, I don't remember it because I don't believe you was ever race control when I was racing.
I don't think so.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't admit it live here, on the show.
Oh, I
you wouldn't
would.
admit it. No, hell no, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't admit it.
I'll tell you right now, I take pride in being race control for somebody's last race.
For somebody's last race.
Yeah. They brought me in for New Hampshire for the Monday series when I was still driving Fridays.
Uh-huh.
And I booted Hunter Parsons from the race, and that was the last time he ever ran with NASRA. He sold all his shit right after.
Oh God. Yeah, I remember. Dude, me and Hunter, we always had issues. I talked about this on DVD and everything else. Me and Hunter, we had issues. We had beef. We had some serious beef. And it was just me and him had that whole deal at that Indy Road course. I know that was a long time ago. I haven't talked to him in I don't know how long, and odds are, I don't know if he'll ever come across this fucking live stream, but if he ever does, there you go. So if he ever does, then he'll be like, oh yeah, I know them two jackasses. Anyway, so, but like I said, though, I mean, y'all, I mean, you and Brady and and Cody and all all the admin and all y'all that are race directors and everything else, I've got a new love. And I don't mean that in any weird way, but I have some love for you guys because y'all do catch a lot of shit. Y'all do catch a lot of shit, but one thing that these drivers need to understand, and I'm not talking about just for the NASRA 500. I'm not talking about for the duels. I'm not talking about for the LCQs. I'm not talking about for any of that shit. It needs to, it really needs to start last night. And it needs to go all the way to tonight as well. All the way through the week, all the way to the end of the damn thing, all the way to the damn checkered flag flies. Yeah. Y'all are the bosses. Y'all are the ones that call this race. And whatever decision y'all decide to make during these races, y'all stand by it. And, it is what it is. And that's the way all these drivers really need to look at it, Josh.
most of the time, especially for these big events, like League is obviously a little different because it's just TJ, and TJ obviously he gets input at the end of the race, not in the middle of the race. But these big events, there's normally 3, 4, 5 of us in there, and they'll be like, "What's taking so long for the call?" or "That call wasn't right." Well, one, there's 5 of us trying to review it and discuss it, and then when we make a decision, it's like you're gonna argue 5 people because you think you were right.
It
Like,
depends. It depends on how big a set of balls they got. To be honest with you, I mean,
that's true.
I ain't trying. I mean, I'm just being honest. I mean, it depends on how big a set they got as to what they will do, and just I mean, it is what it is. So that's something that you got to look forward to. Obviously, still about 20 minutes until we're going to go live. Obviously, with the NASRA 360 Racing Network, get ourselves lined up right here. If you haven't yet, make sure you get yourself signed up, get yourself in the race. If you ain't already got into the damn race, then that's your fault. But you need to be signed up to get into this damn thing to have a shot. I will say this: there is a boatload. Well, literally we'll just call it like it is. There is a shitload of people already in here getting ready to get in here to get going. The 213simware.com 50. That is the very first qualifier that kicks off tonight. Obviously, we talked about this. There's a qualifying race number 4, there's a 5, and there's a 6, and so on all the way through the week. And 213 Simware got the first qualifying event. Second one's going to be the Prosper Engineering 50, which, Josh, I'll give you a second here in a minute to talk about that, because obviously Prosper Engineering is a big deal for what you got going on coming up on the Tuesday nights here in NASRA.
Yes,
and then the qualifying race number 6, I didn't even know this was fucking happening, but we'll take it, which is the door banging download 50 for the final qualifying event of night number 2 here, getting ourselves lined up for the NASRA 500. I mean, I'll be honest with you, out of nowhere, I'm like, well, damn, all right, then we'll put a fucking logo up. We got to send one to somebody.
Look at me, Mom, I made it.
Yeah, look, y'all, I made it. Look, I'm live. Yeah, I mean, cool. I made it to a fucking sponsorship to a big race. Anyway, but Prosper Engineering, obviously, that's the one series that me and Wesley and Dean, we've called some of the races over there with the with endurance car racing and everything else. That's the series that you got coming up, I believe. I mean, hell, when it starts up. So tell everybody just a little bit about it and when this thing starts up, and a little bit about Prosper Engineering and all that good shit.
So the Prosper Engineering Endurance Series is going to be our new, because as you've known, we've been pretty much oval trucks and Xfinity and a little bit of Cup. So we're going to go GT3 racing. Every race is going to be a 2-hour endurance race. Starts January the 20th, which is a Tuesday. And races will be every other Tuesday starting on the 20th. Everyone will have 2 fast repairs, and you're going to have to hold on to the wheel and survive. We got some fast people. So far, we have a bunch from the U.S. I reached out to some England, a whole EAU people to see if I can get them in there. Yeah. Like Great Britain and stuff like that. And then
Jesus.
Dean's been trying to get some Australians. I have some Argentines and a Brazilian so far. So we are international. And then, of course, we have our own monster of MDW who gives Rondeletto a run for his money every time.
Well, I mean, you talked about that. Obviously, MDW, Matthew David Wood, I believe he is. I have to look at the entry list. I know Wood said that he was going to get out here. He was going to try to get into the NASRA 500, which odds are odds are he's probably gonna fucking make it. I'm actually looking right here at the qualifying race number 4, just to kind of see if Wood is sprinkled into this, and he is not, from what I understand. But Wood's one of those drivers, and I'll go ahead and say that I've had I talked about this. Friday night. When the cops was at Portland, and I sat there and there has been people that has come out there and they have chastised me. They have come to me and got pissed at me because I'm sitting there and I'm saying, this kid MDW, Matthew David Wood, this guy right here, he's good. He's
fast.
kicking ass. I mean, yeah, he's fast. I mean, he's a damn good driver. He knows what he's doing and everything else. I'm sitting here saying this and I'm talking good about him, and everybody else is thinking I'm glazing him. Well, and if you don't know what I mean by glazing, look that bitch up in the dictionary. You'll know exactly where I'm going with this.
I'm going to assume I don't
not.
want to look it up in Urban Dictionary.
No, you do not. No, because you will learn. You probably learn some shit out of that. Which I mean, But if anything, I'll just go ahead and throw it out there.
We got beef.
There is beef, and there will be beef out of that because I've talked about this before. I've talked about it on the broadcast. Talked about it on my podcast. I'm gonna talk about it live right here on the fucking pre-race show. We talk about these drivers because they get up here and they make shit interesting. They start from the back of the field and they drive all the way to the front, and nobody can touch them. If somebody drove from the back of the field here tonight in qualifying race number 4, whoever the hell starts back there in the back, dead fucking last, and drives it all the way up to the front, and they end up getting a top 5. Let's just say they get a top 5. Say they don't get a podium, we don't get to talk to them, but they get a top 5. They will get mentioned. Guarantee they will get mentioned. It's just gonna happen. So that's I don't understand why people get mad about that shit, and we're sitting here talking good about these drivers and the good things that they're doing and everything else and the accomplishments that they have, and then people's getting pissed off at me because they think that I'm his number one fan, which I mean, am I a fan of MDW? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I am a very much fan of Matthew David Wood. He is a fantastic driver. He knows what the hell
he's doing. Take endurance, for instance.
Yeah,
take endurance, for instance. When you have a 1v1 battle about 2 minutes up the road from third place, and it's just MDW and Rondoletto, I expect you to talk about MDW and Rondoletto. I don't expect you to talk about me back in 16th, who's 1 lap down.
Well, I mean, that depends. I mean, if you get up there in the middle of them and you are 1 lap down and you're fucking them up, then yeah. We're going to talk about you. But other than that,
I think some people just get so upset because they're not hearing their own name. They're not getting their participation trophy.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what. Look,
hey, you're the one who rung the beef bell.
Well, I get that. You know what? I tell you what. I get that. As we are getting pretty close, I need to get ready, get everything lined up, and get back in here and get ready to, get the race. Get in there and see what the fuck's going on with Dean and them and everything else, and get our night started here this evening. As Dean's already in the broadcast room, so before we cut off the pre-race show and get ourselves lined up, get everybody ready. Josh, it's been a long time since you've been on DBD. What you got beef with?
Oh.
You wouldn't expect
what don't I have beef with? Let's see. Work, money, banks.
Well, that's given. All of that is given.
I got back home yesterday from a week and a half in Florida, so I'm pretty chill right now. I'm sure I'll have some beef after this. I have beef with Adam Newton because he's my spotter, but he ain't here yet.
Oh! Damn, Adam, get your ass here. That would be something you would need to have Adam here and try to learn and everything else on the spot and on the fly. So yeah, I could see that. You got anything else?
He needs to see how these cars are working.
Yeah. Anything else?
I have beef with Ryan Johnson. Calls himself a road course racer, but has not signed up for GT3, along with half of our road course racer kings in NASRA. What are y'all doing? You want to be the king? Then get your ass in here and show it. Profield's not in there. Johnson's not in there. Shabrew hasn't signed up, but at least he joined the Discord.
Yeah. Well, how many of you got signed up for that damn thing so far? Like, how many of you looking at?
I have right now. I have 13, I think, that have paid their charter fee already, but I have about 20 that have at least committed. I just need their charter fees, and then I'll officially consider them full. And I have a bunch of part timers that said they're just not going to do full time because they're going to miss about 4 races, which I get.
So you're saying roughly 33 drivers.
Hopefully.
13 and 20. My Georgia math sometimes sucks ass, but I would think that would be 33.
Well, it would be
altogether.
It would be 20 with the ones that already paid their charters.
Good point. So you did okay.
So I have like 8 that have said they're going to run full time, but they just haven't paid their charter yet.
Okay, well, you just completely fucked up the whole ending of how this is going to be. I was going to say there's 33 people getting ready for this damn thing, but now there's really only 20. But still, 20 is a big number, and it could play a big factor when you get in there and you get out there to doing some road course racing and
it is.
all
and
that good stuff. So
when we do the 6 hours of Le Mans, I expect us to gain more people.
Okay. Josh, what's us, ladies and gentlemen? Getting ready for the NASRA Prosper Engineering Endurance Series. 6 hours. Shit, they ain't no way. I don't know if I could broadcast. Well, I mean, I could for Daytona. I don't know if I could pull it off for a road course. You'd have to have a lot of stories and a lot of bullshit that would have to be talked about just to try to make it through that right there. There is no way I could. Me personally, I couldn't do it. Now, you give me, like, say, the NASRA 500, the King of Daytona, that will be this Saturday. All that shit. That right there, that is normal. I can do that. I can do a 500-miler at a super speedway, a 2.5-mile super speedway like Daytona or even Talladega. I can pull that off. Road course, no. Can't do it. I can't do it. I mean, I'm just not a road course guy at heart, Josh.
I plan on getting you guys some help, so you guys either have more people to talk to or you guys can just take shifts. Unfortunately, the only one that can't take a shift, I think, is Dean, because I don't know how that would work producing.
That would be a bitch.
Yeah.
I've never thought about that. I mean, you might want to figure that one out. At least it's his
style of racing.
It'll give him a hard on, to say the least. I mean, he'll have a hard on, to say the least about it. But
Josh, and that one will be multi-class. So you'll have GT3s and some GTPs, those really high-end prototypes.
Yeah, them prototypes that could run over the GT3s and send them straight into the damn tire barrier. Yeah, you're absolutely right. But Josh, buddy, I'll go ahead and I'll let you get back to it, let you get yourself ready, let you see if you can find Adam Newton wherever the hell he's at. Maybe he can jump in there and get yourself lined up and everything else. But Josh, buddy, real quick, I do want to say thank you very much for taking time. Because I know you got to practice for Daytona. It's hard to get around a 2.5-mile super speedway and learning your braking points and your lines and all that shit. So, but I do appreciate you taking time and talking to us and everything else. So, and good luck tonight. Try to get up there at the front, make a little noise. Try to get your ass locked into this bitch. To get ready for the NASRA 500. Try to get locked into this bitch, all right?
I will do my best.
Go out there and wreck one of them if you have to. Hell with it.
I'm about to in practice. I got one squirrely in front of me.
There you go. Wreck the shit out of them. I would. Josh, buddy, appreciate it. And folks, we are getting ready for what is bound to be one hell of a night, folks. Pre-race is over with. Getting ourselves lined up. Hit the outro, Mr. Producer, which is me. Redneck Announcer Jake Reeves said, as I always say, be safe, be kind, be fast. We'll see you on the NASRA 360 Racing Network here in just a little bit, folks.
Hashtag Redneck Announcer 57. I love it.
3 wide for the lead here at Talladega. The door plane coming to the line.
Check out all the good stuff that the Redneck Announcer has to offer on TikTok. Redneck Announcer 57, on X, the Jake Reeves 57, and now on YouTube at Redneck Announcer 57.